Okay, so I'm going to start with Proc summary. Okay, so basically Proc summary and the Proc means both are same. There is no significant difference between Proc means and the Proc summary. Okay, but things are that in the Proc summary there is no by default statics are there which exist in the Proc means, just like we already discussed it: count, minimum, maximum, standard deviation, average. So I am using the same example again, sales, which contains 5 variables: customer ID, sales date, and product B, product A, product B, product C, and month I am generating from the month function. So this is our data set: customer ID, sales date, product A, product B, product C sales along with the month. So syntax is similar, okay, but in the Proc summary you have to mention print to just see the results. Okay, it also takes like by, where, and the output statement, just like Proc means. So where we already know about that, we have specified the variable which analysis we have to do it. So we will get n is the count, average, standard deviation, minimum and the maximum. If you are looking only for the sum, max and n, then you can specify the options. When we are getting only sum, total, maximum and the count. Here I am using the by. So I already told you that when we are using the by statement, we have to sort our data first. So now I am getting analysis at month level. For 5th month, there is a 5 records. 74 is average, standard deviation is 43.9, minimum is 10, maximum is 120. Same thing for the month 6. Count is 4, minimum is 81.25, standard deviation is 16.52, minimum is 60, maximum is 100. So when we are using the output statement, then no need to write print. Okay, so we already discussed the output statement, like output of keyword. Out is again a keyword. This is our output dataset name. Mean is the option, which option you have to apply it here. Then you have to specify your variable list. In this case I am using only product A and my new variable name. Here was some another option. variable name and the new product and new variable name. Then this is my output. Month 5/6, I will get again two types of two extra variables, which is type underscore fric underscore, which is a frequency. Then this is the new variable name m product A, and this is the sum of it. So I am getting it for fifth. This is the average of product A. This is the total of product A, and for 6 months, this is the average, and this is the total. So identically, there is no difference between your proc means and the summary. The syntax are also same. Only your summary, like when you're talking about the summary, it should be replaced with the means. There is only small difference is that proc summary does not give you by default statics. Okay, it will not show a result in the result window. If you want to see the result window, then you have to mention the print. Okay, so this is the one interview question also. What is the difference between proc summary and the proc means? Then you can say about identically there is no significant difference between proc means and the proc summary. Both will give the same results. Okay, output data will be same, each and everything will be same, but proc means give you by default statics, but when you are using the proc summary, then you have to specify print or output statement to just see the output results in the result window. Okay, got it? Or anyone has any doubt? So till now we are good. So I am moving to the next topic is the proc fric. So again, I think fric refer to the frequency, and the frequency goes to the count. Okay. So first thing is that your proc fric. Proc is your keyword. Frequency is your keyword. Data, then you have to specify your input data set. Tables is your keyword, and there is a variable combinations, and then different options, which we'll see in the below. Basically, tables you just represent your combinations. Okay, so if you are using a single variable, then it's called as the one-way frequency. If you are using more than a two, then it will be cross tabulation. Okay, and it can maximum go to the 3 levels. Okay, because which is called the page, row, and column. Okay, so let's go for an example. It will be, we can clear it better way. So let's assume that I have store level data. First one is the store ID. Second is the customer ID, month, and the sales. Basically, this is the real-time data which I made as a simple way so we can understand it a better way. So simple example is that if you have a store level data, sales data, it is stored in the customer level and the month level. Now someone will ask you that I just want to know how many times a customer came in my store. Maybe at the store level, at the month level. Then you can use Proc because Proc will just give the counts, frequency. So let's assume that you just wanna look out at how many times a customer came in overall data. You are looking only a single level. First you use the proc. Frick is your keyword, data is your keyword, and your input name is store. Tables is your keyword, and the customer ID is your variable name. If you run this one, you will see. Okay, customer C1 came the 10 times, C2 came 11 times. This is the percentage contribution, cumulative frequency, and the cumulative percentage. Proc is a very important topic in the real-time scenario, in the practical life, and for interview. So now I am moving to the two-way frequency. So now I wanna see the analysis at the month level. So here you can see we are getting in the overall level how many times C1 came and how many times C2 came. But I am looking at the same distribution, but now I am looking at the distribution at the month level. So I use the month star customer ID. The such type of table is known as the cross tabulation, where month will come as a row and the customer ID will come as a column. So month is coming as a row, 1 and 2. Customer ID is coming as a column, C1 and C2. So you can see in the first month, C1 came 4 times, C2 came 6 times. And second month, C1 came 6 times and C2 came 5 times. This is your percentage contribution. This is your row percentage and the column percentage. So this one will contain your percentage contribution. This contains your row percentage. So 40 and this is 60. It will be 100%. And this is the column percentage, 40 and 60. Anyone has any doubt on it? Or we are good? So now I am moving to the next level. So now I wanna see the same analysis but at the store level. Okay. So store ID will be your page, month will be your row, and the customer ID will be your column. So when you run this one, you will see two tables because I have two stores, the store S1 and the store S2. It can be more than two also, but currently we have only two. The same analysis now we are doing it for the store level. So for store S1, in the month 1, C1 came 2 times, C2 came 3 times, and the rest of things are your percentage, row percentage, and the column percentage. For store S2, in the first month, C1 came 2 times, C2 came 3 times. Here it came 3 times and C2 came 2 times. So this is the analysis for the store level, month, and the customer ID level. So you can see about that. It's creating two different pages. First one for the store S1, second for the store S2. So this is the example of the three-way frequency. So where if you have a single variable, then it's only a column. If you have a combination of the two variables, then first one will be your row, and this will be your column. If you have a combination of three variables, then first variable will be your page. This will be a row, month will be row, and customer ID will be column. So here you can say we are getting two pages. First one for the S1, second for the S2. Then month is coming as a row and the customer ID is coming as a column. Any doubt or we are good? Okay, so I'm moving to the different options of the Proc Frick. So they have options like no row, no call, no percent, out when you wanna, because whatever the output is coming is showing in the result window. Okay, but if you wanna save in a form of data set, then you can use the out statement and you can specify your output data set name and the list. So we will go all these options one by one. So basically when you're talking about the no row, then it will not show your row percentage. Now it's showing only 3-1, frequency, percent and the column call percent. Using the no row option. The similar no call. Then it will not show your column percentage. Now you're getting only two, frequency and the percent. If you want to remove percent also, then you can use no percent. Now you are getting only the frequency count. You are not getting percentage, you are not getting the row percentage, you are not getting the column percentage. Now if you want to save your output in the output window, then you can use out equal to, give your dataset name, which can be anything. So this is your output. It contains only the count and the percentage. You can see first month C1 came 4 times. First C1 4, first C2 6, first C2 6, 2 C1 6, and 2 C2 5. And this is your percentage contribution. This is output of your proc fic. And another step is that your list. So basically it's just showing you the cross table. If you use the list, it will just show in form of the list. So now your results are coming in the form of list. Frequency percent, then cumulative frequency and the cumulative percent. So these are all the options of the proc fric. So anyone has a doubt regarding proc fric or with the options? Okay, so I'm just giving you 2 minutes. Just go through it and just let me know if anyone has any doubt or any question. So basically, so I think we are good. No one has any question. So basically, proc fric, as the name specify, is for the frequency, for the count. Like you are going to buy something in a store, and you have a store level sales data, and someone will ask you that how many times a customer came in my store. Then how can you just count frequency? Then you can use the proc fric. First one is only for the one way, we are looking only for the customer level. Second one, monthly level customer distribution. Here I'm taking as a store plus month. Three-way frequency. Okay, so we are good. So I'm moving to the next topic. So basically in the proc fric, we are just counting, or we are just taking numbers, frequency. But if we have to do analysis, just like we have to just figure out the average, total, minimum or maximum, then how can we use it? Then we use the next one is a proc tabulate. So you can say the proc tabulate is the advanced version of the proc fric. Okay, and basically it analyzes data and show your output in a table format. Okay, the first thing is the syntax of proc tabulate. So again I am repeating, proc tabulate, it will just analyze your data. Okay, and it is an advanced version of proc fric, because proc fric just give you the frequency or count, but proc tabulate will give you the different kind of analysis, just like your average, total, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, non-missing values, missing values, plus count or frequency also. Okay, the syntax of proc fric is first proc tabulate. Proc, as usual we use, tabulate is your keyword, data is your again keyword, then your input data set name, and where you have to specify which variable you want to perform your analysis. Just we already discussed the where statement in the proc means, proc summary, that analysis variable should be numeric. They cannot be character variable, sorry. and the second statement is a class. Okay, so basically a class is just similar to your by statement. Okay, so on which basis you are grouping or you are summarizing your data. Okay, but there is a difference between the by and the class is that when you are using the class, then no need to sorting your data. But in the by, you have to sort your data. Okay, Proc, we are using the tables. Here we are using the table. Here are the same thing. Page. Here we use the comma. Second one is the row, and third is column, and then run. Any question on it? Okay, fine. So I'm specifying all this where I already told you that we have to specify only the variable list which we have to make analysis. Class is similar to your by. Okay, but in this case, no need to sorting your data. Okay, in the table, you have to specify your page, row, and the column dimension. In the Proc fig, we using the multiplication of sign. Here we are using the comma to make it as a page, row, and the column dimension. Okay, again similar thing is that when you have single variable, then is a column dimension. When you have two variables, then the row and the column. When you have three variables, then is a page, row, and the column. Here I am also using the same example like sales. There is store ID, customer ID, month, and sales. This is my data. So first I am showing you the use of the class in the table. Proc is my keyword. Tabular is my keyword. Data is my keyword. This is my input data set name. Class. This is a customer ID and table is a customer ID. So by default is showing the count. The C1 came 10 times, C2 came 11 times, and the C3 came in the 1 time. Okay, so now I am performing customer ID and a month. So customer ID will become my row and a month will become my column. So customer ID will become my, now showing in the form of table. Okay, so customer ID become my row and month will become column. So C1 came in the first month 4 times, in second month he came the 6 times. C2 came 6 times in the month 1, in second month he came 5 times. C3 came only in the first month, second month he never came. It's showing in the dot. Now I am making the 3 levels: store, customer, and the month. So same thing, S1 and the S2. So two different page. First one for the store S1, second one for the S2. Then again, so store ID is my page, customer ID become my row, and the month will become my column dimension, which is separated by the comma in the table statement. So basically, when you are not specifying any statics, then by default it will give the count. Okay, so in this case, it is similar to the proc because proc also will give you the same results. Now, if we have to perform other analysis, just like average, total, minimum, maximum, okay, then how to perform it? So here you have to use proc tabulate is a keyword, data, and then you have to specify your input variable name where this is your analysis variable and sales is your numeric variable. Class, then you specify customer ID in the month. Table is your keyword. So basically in this case you can see what type of analysis you wanna use it. You have to specify it first. Okay, so assume that you wanna look only the mean. Then at a month level, and on which variable you wanna look at, you have to specify it. So in this case, your customer ID become your row and the entire contribution goes to your column. Just see the results. You can just figure it out. So customer ID becomes your row and the month it goes your column. So here you can see previously it was showing you n is your count. Now it's showing your average at the month level. For C3 there is no sales, so it's showing as a dot and dot. So instead of mean, if you want, you can make it sum also. Now sum is coming. So if you want to perform mean and sum both, then you have to use mean. So it will calculate both average and total. So same analysis, if you want to make it at the store level, then you can use. So now same analysis is showing it, but it's showing on the store level. First store S1 and then store S2. So anyone has any doubt or question? Okay, so we are good. So we are now moving to the options. Basically, three options are there: format, box, mistakes, and if you have to change your variable name. Okay. Format basically what? Here you can see your sales rate, sales, average of sales is coming in the format in the numbers. If you wanna change it in the dollar, then you can use the format statement. Format, and then you have to specify a format name. So in this case, I am specifying format 9.2. Okay. One minute. Oh, so now you can see your values are coming in the form of the dollars. So here you can see that your data is missing. It means there is no data for it. Okay, so missing values are coming. But instead of the missing value, if you wanna show that this missing value should be replaced with some values, maybe like 0 or maybe any other option, then you can use the mistags. So mistags you have to use with the table statement. So I am just writing it like this one, no data. You can see now it's coming like no data. So instead of missing value, it's just showing you the no data by using mistags. Okay. So here you can see that one column is coming in the above. Okay, which is the empty one. Okay, this column. So if you want to fill this column, that you want to write something here, then you can use the box option. So again, you have to specify into the table statement, and you have to specify a box, and then you can give your any type of the value. So here I am giving you the sales analysis. So it is coming like sales analysis. Next one is that when you want to change your variable name. So here you can see is coming like a customer ID, cust ID, sales. When instead of the cust ID, you want to make it as a customer ID, or sales, you want to make it as a monthly, average sales. Then what can you do it? In your table statement, after passing your variable name, you can use the equal sign, and then you can give the new variable name. Like I had given it, like customer ID is equal to cust ID is equal to customer ID, and the mean is equal to average. Rest of things are same. So now your cust ID replaced with the customer ID, and your mean is replaced with the average. So these are the some of the option of the Proc tabulate. Okay, so I'm just giving 2 minutes. Just go through it and just let me know if anyone has any questions. Okay. Okay, so we are moving to the next one with the Proc Transpose. So from name you can just understand it's just for the transpose your data. Simple thing is that converting your columns into rows, rows into columns. Okay, the here turning observation into variables or variable into observations, similar just like rows into columns or the columns into rows. Okay, is a very important one for the interview purpose and the real time scenario, practical life. Syntax is proc transpose is your keyword. Data you are specifying your input data set. Out your keyword where you specify your output data set. Then your by, ID and where. You have three statements. By, on which basis you want to group your data. Okay, it's your grouping variable. So again remember here you have to sort your data first on the variable which you are mentioning your by statement. Okay, which I already mentioned it here. Okay, ID is your new variable name. Okay, the variable which value will become your new variable name. If you are not specifying your ID statement, then your new variable name will be call1, call2 and so on. And the third one is the where, which value you wanna transpose. Okay, so here I have data for the store level. Okay, so I have data for 2 stores for 7 days. This is the real example again. I just have some modification for this training class. So here first I have to sort my data because I am using in the down in the by statement. So first in the by I am specifying on which variable I have to group my data. So in this case I have to group at the store level. So I have 2 stores S1 and S2. Okay. In ID my new variable name. So my new variable name now will be D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7. And sales this value I am going to transpose. Okay. So when I run it you can see. Okay, data. This is your input data set name. Out you are specifying your output data set name. So store ID on which basis you are grouping your data. Okay, and D1, D2, D3 it will become your new variable name, and this is your sales data. 100, 200, 100, 300, 500, 100, 200. So in this way, first your store level data which contains around 14 observations, now it contains only 2 observations. You transpose your data. Basically underscore name underscore will tell you the which variable you transpose. This is a very important one. So again I am specifying in the by, you are specifying the variable on which basis you have to group your data, ID your new variable name, where which variable you want to transpose. This is the most important one. So your data has been transposed to this side. Any doubt, any question? It is very straightforward. By, ID and where. Okay, just go through it. I'm here with you. So we are good. Anyone has any doubt in the Proc transpose? Okay, I'm taking it again. The first thing is that the use of your Proc transpose is that changing observation to variables or variable to observations. It means row to columns or columns to row. Okay. The first time you specify your proc and transpose. Proc is your keyword, transpose your keyword. Data you are specifying your input data set name, out you are specifying your output data set name. By you are specifying the variable on which basis you want to group your data. ID, it means your new variable name. If you are not specify ID statement, the new variable name will be your call 1, call 2, call 3, where which variable you want to transpose. So I assume that I have a data like this one, store, day and sales, and I have to convert into this format. It's coming like in the row level. I want to convert into the column level. Okay, so what I will do it first. First I will sort my data because I am using the by statement here. Okay. Proc is my keyword. Transpose is my keyword. Data, you are specifying your input data set name. Using out, you are specifying your output data set name. In by, you are specifying on which basis you want to group your data. Okay. In ID, you are specifying what will be your new variable name, and sales. Remember, where always contain only the numeric value. Okay. So when you run this one, you will see this result. Okay, let me run it again. So this is my result. Okay. So if you want, you can do some trick also, like if you want to group based on the day, then you can specify day here. Sort data based on the day ID, and your new variable name be now it will be your store ID. Sorry, I just forget to sort. So now you can see about that. Now day ID become my first column and the S1 and S2. Got it? Or anyone has any doubt? This is a very important one because in practical life you have to use this thing a lot. Where you have to transpose your data. It's a very straightforward, but you have to remember that where you have to use the by ID and the where, and which variable you want to specify in the which statement. Okay, so I am going to 5 minutes to just go through the today's session. Okay, and then let me know if you have any problem. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, that's it for today. So, anyone has any question, any doubt? Okay, guys, good night.